Good morning, my friend. Namaste. So, today I wanted to talk to you about this topic, which is how difficult is it to have self realization. And in one of my previous videos, I've spoken about what self realization is about. So, I'll put the video in the description box. If you haven't watched that already, you can just go there and watch it out. So, I was just reading, a few of the quotes from the realized masters that are still present and that have been in the past. So, if you read Ramana Maharishi, what he says is, if you really want to realize your true self, then all it needs is to be still. If you read Sadhguru, who is a contemporary guru, and I myself is doing practices, from Isha Foundation, what Sadhguru says is, if you don't mess with your mind, if you don't mess with your life, well, you are there, and there's no distance to be traveled between your current state of existence and to that potential state of existence that we are referring to as the self-realization. And even though initially when I was reading about all this stuff, even I felt that it is difficult. But over a period of time, as I kept on doing my practices, I started evolving in my, spiritual endeavor. So I started with Shambhavi Mahamudra, and I also do what we call as Shunya meditation. And having done these meditations and still continuing to do so, I personally actually, realized that it's not very difficult. And I know, maybe you are thinking that probably I'm lying, but I'm not. I'm talking through the first-hand experience that I have in my meditation. And it's not like a past experience that I'm talking about. Every morning when you sit for meditation, you close your eyes and then you wake up, out of the meditation. You literally feel blissful and peaceful. And you literally have that experience, which I may technically refer to as something which doesn't belong to the realm of the body and the realm of the mind. And it's not imagination. You truly experience it. It's like you eating a mango and then experiencing the sweetness of a mango, right? It's not about reading about a mango on a magazine or a newspaper. So that's how it is. But then the second question comes, why is it so that when masters like Ramana Maharishi, Vivekananda, Sadhguru, when they say that there is no distance to be traveled, there is nothing particular to be done, if you don't just overinvest into your mind and into your body, you will simply be there. If that is so, why most of the people are not able to experience it? I think there are several factors to it. One factor obviously is the country where you're born, the religion you belong to, the kind of social conditioning that you have been subjected to right from the time when you are born, right? You take on the identity of a name, you take on the identity of belonging to a certain nation or a country, right? Now, all of these identities are, important from the point of view of the society. But if you keep on identifying with these temporary identities all the time, that's where you start moving from, being a pure existential life to being, a thinking life, or a life that is full of thoughts and imaginations. And again, I usually use this phrase that if you are more of a mind, then you are less of a meditation. And if you are more of a meditation, then you are less of a mind, right? So these two entities are mutually exclusive. When you are meditative, there is no question of you getting involved with the mind. And when you are involved with the mind, there's no question of you being meditative, right? And it's not like it's my definition, that's the nature of how mind and meditation operates. And again, I'm not saying that mind is not useful. Even right now, when I'm having a conversation with you, I'm using my mind, right? I'm using my speech. I'm using my five sense perceptions. But again, if you overinvest into the mind, if you get into a repetitive thought process, I would say that that's where the problem lies. If you are identified with your body parts, if you're identified with your thoughts and imagination, if you think that whatever you think is all there is, that's where I think you start to get into trouble. So yeah, I mean, coming, if I may come back to the main topic. So is it really difficult to realize yourself? If you really ask me, and I think maybe I've been lucky that I could have that experience. I think maybe it's the grace of sadhguru, right? And it's your surrender to your master. But at the end of the day, I would say it's not very difficult if you just listen to what your master, what your guru is saying, and if you follow that 100% with absolute willingness. In my opinion, self-realization is not that difficult. And again, self-realization is all about realizing your true self, that true I that you refer to in each and every statement of yours. My mind, my family, my parents, my body, my mind, my hands, in everything, in every expression, you are referring to something as I. And that I is that non-changing element that is present in all experiences that you're having in your day-to-day life. So I would say that whatever you relate to, if you relate to Osho, you go ahead and do the dynamic meditation offered by Osho. If you relate with Sri Ravi Shankar, you go ahead and do Sudarshana Kriya. Or if you relate to Sadhguru, you go ahead and do inner engineering. It doesn't matter which master you are choosing. It all depends upon with what person you are able to relate to and what makes sense to you at that point in time. You just go ahead with that, and I would say that self-realization is waiting for you to happen. Thank you very much. I hope you have a very, very good day.